Gaffer, win here in Lancaster today. What did you make of the game?
To be brutally honest, I thought we were absolutely terrible first half. I thought it was unacceptable first half. I thought our mentality was miles off it, whether it was the weather, no disrespect to the pitch, but our performance in the first half is totally unacceptable for us. And I think it's probably the worst I've been in the dressing room since probably the Crew game last season. And I know it's pre-season, I know we're 2.5 weeks in, but just our sort of the way we played, the intensity, the running off the ball. We used every excuse in the book, as in their heads. But I didn't see them doing that. So do you know what I mean? That takes that excuse out of the way. Full credit to them. I thought they were really, really good, obviously in first half, and then it just shows it was a mentality thing. The first 15 minutes of the second half, more like us, more intensity in the game. Scored a good goal, could have had another one or another couple in that 15 minutes. And obviously pre-season, when you get that momentum, you're playing 60 minutes, 30 minutes. You know, I can't wait for the next 2-3 weeks to be over and we're back in the game. None of this minutes rubbish, and we can just get back into the real stuff. But I think we probably needed that. I think the lads needed that and needed to hear from me. I want them to take a bit more accountability in their day-to-day stuff, their standards, their mentality. And then second, I thought the lads that come on then were good in spells. But it was a frustrating start, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, after the first water break and especially heading into the second period, was there a message to be a bit more direct, to try and get a bit more in behind?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't to be more direct. It was more, we had opportunities in the first half, we just didn't want to. Whether it was, I don't want to do that, I'm going to protect myself because I'm, because it's a hot day, etc., or I've got to get through a certain amount of minutes. And then second half, I think from kick-off, we've got a corner, haven't we? 20 seconds in, we've got him behind. Thought Innes was fantastic today all day, to be fair to him, worked his socks off. He's going to be great for us. It's given me a lot of answers that I needed answering in terms of who can play there, who can't play where, who can't play together. I know we're early days, so I'm not, ripping the sort of sheet off, but it was a good eye opener for me today, and good eye opener for them, and they know the standards now, and hopefully we can use this to build on, in the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the positives, a lot of lads getting 90 minutes today, quite early into pre-season, but like you mentioned, Innes, Jacko still fully going for that full 90, both getting up and down the pitch where they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, News played 90, wins a free kick wins a penalty, in the last minute, which is great. Innes working his socks off. I was really impressed with them to keep going. Shippers as well. We got loads to work on, and I think we looked more of a League Two team in that second half. First half we've come here and our mentality was miles off it, and we have to be better than that. And moving forward into Tuesday now, I just said to them I expect more from them day in, day out. I expect them as an individual to expect more from their mate next to them, and hopefully this is a real good turning point for a new group, by the way. So I think it's. We've had 2 or 3 weeks. It's been nice. It's been hard, obviously working wise, but it's been nicey. I think now we're starting to ramp it up a little bit and show what we're all about, what the fans want to see. I was bored first half. Thought it was, we had one shot, 16th minute. We didn't really create too much. We want goals. We want shots. We want crosses. More intensity in our play, and luckily enough, thankfully, we got a lot more of that second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spoke a lot in the last few months about that Crew game being quite necessary in regards to being able to get that out. Yeah. Is there the hope that, with the conversations you had with the lads today, that is their learning curve and they grow from that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's pretty much a new group. I want them to expect more from each other. I thought it was too quiet first half. These type of games, they're hard. I thought they were fantastic. It's a sticky pitch, dry, long. Obviously, it was hot, but there's a certain way to go about these games and the way to approach them. We got that totally wrong. So I wanted to make it clear at half time and after the game that the way we want to go about things is this way. And they're honestly, they're real great lads. I think it shows that we care. And I'm sure we'll use this as a bit of a springboard now to get better and better in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
looking at one final positive, obviously, as we knew we were going to play in front of our sold-out away selection, but also just to see so many young faces in Barrow shirts and everything really positive.
Oh, brilliant! And I think that's what makes it more disappointing as well, because you want to score for your goals. It's pretty local for the fans as well to come and enjoy a fantastic day. Obviously the first half was poor in terms of that, but we scored a couple of goals in the end. We looked a little bit more dangerous. We had a few more attacks, get a few more shots off. And it was great to see so many new shirts and stuff as well, some young kids. I was in Lancaster earlier for breakfast and loads of fans were coming in around and taking pictures and just chatting to us, so that's it's fantastic. And I can't wait to get back into Barrow and right into the season. I'm bored of pre-season already, mate, so I want to get this over and done with and get the good stuff to start.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.